Greetings, Star Trek Fleet Commanders. I am the Angry Rhino. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It's time once again for my final thoughts on an arc. Start with the officers. Always start with the officers. You can see Section 31, Georgiou. That's how you spell with a U at the end. Because I never realized there was a U at the end of that. Okay. I was able to unlock her, and I was able to get her to Tier 2. Some of that is thanks to the way they're running the spend event, which I'll get to a little bit later. Now, I don't like that Apex Shred was put into this game. We get Isolate, damn it, it's Isolate Defense, and then it's, Apex Barrier, and then it's Apex Shred. It's annoying how that always happens. We seem to get something good, like say Apex Barrier, and then all of a sudden there's a new ability that comes out that just trashes it. Yay! To a certain extent, I get that in PvP, because that really should be what drives the money, right? In PvE against Hassas, no, not really. I don't understand why we have to have that. We have to have that because, they put it in the new wave defense. So now you, or at least some of the more frequent spenders, are more inclined to buy it. Alright, cool. I also do not like that Georgiou does not have a captain ability. I feel like far too often nowadays, we're getting officers without a captain ability. And even when we do get an officer with a captain ability, it's not always good. Just because they make it below deck ability, an officer ability, captain ability, doesn't always mean it's useful to you. Or that good in general. So, if you cut down how many captain abilities you make, you just get less good ones. So, it's not something that I'm a fan of. I don't understand why, especially with an epic, and maybe even some of the more iconic or favorited epic. Like, say, Georgiou, I feel like people really like the actor, Michelle Yeoh, and they like the character. So, wouldn't this be a good one to have a captain ability, an officer ability, and a below deck ability? Widen the range of usage and increase its value. Therefore, maybe you get more people spending money. So I don't know why they don't do that, but whatever. Because I feel like they did it with that one Emerald Chain chick, and it's like I look at her abilities and I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Because again, you make so little captain abilities now. Just by the very nature of making these abilities, some of them just aren't going to be that good. Or at least not feel that good to certain players. You need to start making more captain abilities. Because I feel like I kind of struggled finding captains for wave defense. Maybe not struggled, but just looking at who I have as my captains. I got Janeway, Gorkon, Strange in the World, Ortegas. They're all old. By the standards of this game, they are older than dirt. None of them are newer than 2 years. Wow. Even some of the other options. Look, Strange New Worlds, Spock is an option. Anybody from Strange New Worlds, and I know Section 31 Georgiou is here, maybe even increases why they are an option. But how many of them, and how many of their captain abilities is that? I don't like Mbenge's captain ability. I don't want the mitigation as the captain ability. I hate that. Because the problem is the rares, Ortegas, Uhura, and Spock came out, and the mitigation was the officer ability, and it was so niche. Niche for your ship, niche for their ship. Wanted a mitigation ability in the officer's ability spot. Wasn't that dependent on shit. What did we get? You throw it in the captain ability. Which means you don't get Pike or either Kirk's captain ability. It's not a good thing. It's not good. That's bad. It's like all the captain abilities are rolled up right there in that one group. You just can't use enough of them. Whatever. To a certain extent, I don't like a lot of their officer abilities. I don't like Mbenga's officer ability. I don't really... To a certain extent, the two Kirk officer abilities are actually okay. It's just sourcing shit. We'll see once they get higher. Maybe they'll be even better. Still, need to make more captain abilities. But at the same time, I do like that since you can't have an officer ability and a below deck ability active at the same time, maybe that's why I want more captain ability, so you can have two abilities active at the same time for one officer. One is a PvE and one is a PvP, so it just widens the range of use. Much like what I was saying, you make some abilities, some people don't like this, or some people don't like that, so maybe some people won't like the officer. Well, if you widen the range of the use of the officer, that just brings more value to it. So while I don't completely like the setup of Georgiou, I do appreciate that there's a wider range of use. One thing I don't like is all these stupid characters that they came out with this month aren't in the same damn group, so I have to go out and find them. The rare officers, honestly, the rare officers I hate. Okay, I get everybody likes loot. Who doesn't like more loot? I feel like we do have enough of them. And for damn sure, we do have enough of them that are non-Armada hostiles. You keep giving this ability out, pisses me off. To a certain extent, in PvE, again, fighting Reds, I don't give a fuck about extra loot. Why? Because I can just repair, go right back out. What does it cost me? Some titanium. That's it. I want more of these that include armadas, because armadas are limited. You can't just infinitely run armadas. You can infinitely kill Reds, as long as you have the time. Not the same with armadas. Or invading entities. But no, they want these to be non-armada hostiles. So, doesn't work on armadas, doesn't work on invading entities. Cool, thanks. I'm sorry. Why am I supposed to like this ability? How many of these damn hostile loops have a research or a ship ability that increases the amount of loot dropped? Or, let's say, Anorax and his damn captain ability with the loot boxes. How many loops is this ability actually useful? I mean, if a research is already given you, or even a ship ability is already giving you what? 4, 5, 800 bonus loot? What does another 30 to 200 really do for you? From an officer ability. I mean, unless you got a decent captain to pair with her for synergy, I don't really care. Below deck ability, increase apex barrier against battleship hostiles. I don't like that, it's too niche. I mean, I certainly understand the logic there. They don't want you to just have apex barrier against all hostiles. Oh man, damn, don't do us any favors or anything. But especially with the wave defense coming out, it can be hard to just target battleship hostiles, and therefore, this officer has no use for you. If you're fighting an interceptor, if you're fighting an explorer, it can happen in waves. It can. So therefore, is this character really that useful to you in waves? Or in a solo wave? Not really. Not that 1,000 Apex Barrier really does anything for you now anyway. Because to a certain extent, with all the researches, you probably have 2,000. So adding just one other 1,000 isn't a whole lot for you. And by the time you do max these officers out, and you see Zeph here is increased Apex Barrier against Interceptor hostiles. By the time you do max them out and get that 3,000, how much research for Apex Barrier will there be? So how useful are these officers really? Not that useful. They're really not useful if you can't get them. Now, I was able to get Rachel Garrett, and I feel like a lot of players could. I bought the Battle Pass. Something that is $20, helping me get Rachel Garrett. But, as you can see, I'm at 11. I had 11 extra. So does that mean that some of you free-to-play could have gotten her? Because there were a few events that gave extra... I don't know. Maybe you could. I haven't been paying that much attention. Maybe I should. Oh well. I'm not liking a lot of this shit, so... leaves me to care less. This ability here, this ability is fucking garbage. I don't like this ability at all. Because I've talked about this, and who is it? Kitty Cat. I say Kitty Cat, bitch. What's her name? Dr. Ta'ana. Has the same ability, except it's for players. I've had made this argument before. Putting morale on your opponent, whether it's a hostile or a player, doesn't benefit you. It may get an ability to trigger because there is a state on them, but you don't get benefit. Morale is designed to be put on your ship for your benefit. Burning and hull breach is designed to be put on your opponent for your benefit. Putting morale on your opponent doesn't help you. But yet, they make abilities like this and be like, this is a great ability. What are you guys talking about? No, it's garbage. That, and at the same time, I don't want it to be random. What do I want it to be random for? If I'm running an interceptor, I want it to be hull breach. If I'm running a battleship, I want it to be burning. Now, to a certain extent, yes, it is up to you to do that yourself. Like, say, with a Neelix or with a Torres, Gorkon, Lorca, Nero, OG, Giorgio. Having another option, sure, it's nice. Is it a good option? Again, I don't want it to be random. Why would I want it to be random? Most likely, there's going to be one that players really want, and there's going to be one or two the players don't give a shit if they get or not. How good is this ability? I don't think it's that good. So, I kind of hate to do it, but to a certain extent, at least as of now, Giorgio, and as good as she may look, in PvE, she's only good in solo waves, and I'm not that happy with that. So I'm going to give the officers a big thumbs down. It's terrible. Back out here. Well, I don't have the mission screen loaded up. Actually, what other shit did I even say about that? I didn't even look at my notes this whole time for the officers. I think I actually hit everything. I did. How about that? Go me. Talk about looking at my notes now. Real quick on the missions, since I feel like I'm not ready to get rid of them in my final thoughts, even though I'm really close. I'm really close because they're getting to a point where unless you read through the missions, they're just not that good. Though I do like that it is a mechanic they have steady, I guess consistently, used to give extra starts for new features. like waves or armadas. That's nice. Look, there usually is a daily drip of this shit, so it's not usually enough in the beginning because we do want to, what's the word I want to say, establish a base currency where we want to be, establish strategies doing a certain feature. It's hard when you only get like one start. Do the missions. How many starts were in the missions? I feel like there were at least 3 starts, maybe even 4 starts in the missions. That's pretty good. I like that. And what I also like is there were good system placements for the kill tasks. You dropped off in the level 40 system or whatever it was, and it's like, here, kill level 40 hostiles. So at least 2/3 of the hostiles are supposed to count. Now, what's in there, don't know, but I feel like I didn't have to go around making new hostiles because I was put in the right system, and it was like kill a little higher than the level of system you're in. Just wish there could be some more consistency with that. And yeah, you know what? Keep giving out some of these starts, especially some of the new starts. Look, in a few months, we're probably not going to care about how limited these new wave current start tokens are, but right now, we do. Of course, that's assuming we actually like the feature. I'm not even going to rate the missions. Missions don't even get rated anymore. Who cares? Events. I do really like these spend events. I know we had one several months ago, which was the first one, and then the next month they didn't do it. But then consistently for the past, 2-ish months, they've been running it where it's a 2-week, even, I guess more than that. It's more like a 16-day long spend event where it starts the first weekend and then ends at the end of the arc. I think that one, it pairs very nice with the new daily events, and 2, it does spread this out for players. How much more relaxing does it feel to upgrade? To a certain extent, it does feel a little, or it did, feel stressful that you had to get all these upgrades done in one weekend. You've been waiting, and you've been waiting, and you've been waiting, and now here it is, you got 2 days, get to it. Because you got other stuff you got to do. You can't just spend 48 hours staring at Star Trek Fleet Command hitting the upgrade button. You can't do that. You have to go do other things. So I do feel that, yeah, it takes pressure off. And it's just nice to have the event up the whole time. So when you feel like you want to upgrade something, oh, but it was a Wednesday, shit, I can't wait. I gotta wait till Saturday. You don't have to. But it much more benefit to players, I say. Hopefully we can keep going with this. What else do I say? Oh, another thing that I like, again, that they've kept doing, is there are multiple tiers to these milestones. Now, I understand not everybody's going to be able to finish them. There are some of you out there that are in the low 40s. You don't spend a dime on this game. You probably can't even get through 3 milestones or 3 levels within the milestone. And that's fine. You do whatever you can do or whatever you feel like doing. But there are some people that can. And I finished 2 full tiers, and then I did 1 milestone in the 3rd one. And I bought a battle pass and then like 1 other pack this month. I got a free treasury because I had enough broken to ceiling rods. I didn't spend that much, so of course, I mean, I'm a G6 player, so I get points for G6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 stuff. Maybe it's, less for G5 and less for G4, but you still get points for them. They still count. So yeah, I have been doing material dumps on G5 ships. Because why not? I mean, if I have the currency and I don't need to spend it on anything, yeah, I'll use it as a material dump. I mean, trying to max out Sanctuses and Corvais, and I could have used. I barely use my Sompek. I'm not gonna use my Sanctus that much anymore. I mean, I have a Retarn that's twice the size of a Sanctus. What am I going to care about a Sanctus? I don't. It's a good material though. And maybe one of these days we'll get G5 scrapping. That'll help. Because I already have some ships ready to go. That's cool. And that's, yeah, it's just a lot of benefit to players. Which is nice. One bad thing about the events, really pissing me off. I know I mentioned several videos, I guess maybe like a month or two ago by now, about how I was saving on my special building currencies. It was a good thing I started spending some, because the jackasses still haven't run one of those events. God fucking damned if they didn't run every other kind of special currency event this month. I mean, how many mirror bullshit, cosmic bullshitty, what the hell was that dumb event that I never seen before? Galactic Acclaim and X-Borg credits and what was the other one? The Krenim dickhead mother stupid ass one. And how many specially ship ones? Where's the building at, you assholes? I mean, you had artifact shit, forbidden text shit, chaos shit, fleet commander shit. Spend all these stupid ass currencies for all these stupid ass things. What about for the fucking specialty buildings? I mean, holy shit. Holy shit. What is your problem? Really? So I know I just spent how many minutes talking about how much I like to spend event. But you do one mistake, like what you're doing with this special currency bullshit on your ships and your researches and your other half-ass researches, like fleet commanders and artifacts, but no building, you get thumbs down on the event. Thumbs down. Because you have not run one of those special building currency events, but you have done every other kind of spend currency event there is imaginable in this game. With it going, what, 3, 4, 5 months now? Why? Best answer I can come up with, just to fuck with people. Otherwise, what is the reason? What's the reason behind it? Alright, feature itself. The Solo Wave. And no, I'm not going to talk about the amalgam added to IA. That, to me, that's not a feature. It's nothing is what it is. Let's go for some background and some context. Or some context from a background. Come here. I don't like that there's another set of waves. I don't. I mean, you have the OG waves, you have the mirror waves, and now you have the Section 31 waves, the solo waves. Does there really need to be 3 different ones? Do we really need 3 different ones? You know, you could have just made a solo option for some of the other waves. You could have done that. Don't tell me that you couldn't have done that. You didn't need to make a whole new set of waves. You didn't need to. You could have just added a solo mode to the other waves. You could have. Absolutely. To a certain extent, there are some people out there that can already solo those waves. Maybe that's why you didn't do it. Because those OG waves are over a year old now. And you think people are just too good at them. Or really, the 1% of the 1% is too good at them. Everybody else is still trying to master them. So you wanted to create something new. Yeah, I hate it. And I also hate that now there's 3 different star tokens for waves and 3 different wave currencies. Okay, you wanted to make a second, or not even a second, a third type of wave. You absolutely did not need a 3rd star token. You didn't. You didn't. You wanted to. Because why? Between you wanted more money or you wanted to piss us off. It's one of those. Or maybe, you know what, both of them. And I just, after so long, you just get, like, you're just sick of it. You're sick of this shit. And I'm not going to play nice anymore. You're jackasses. We don't want new currency. We don't want new star tokens. Especially when it's like this same fucking thing for something we already got. But you do it anyway. Because why? You either want more money or you want to piss us off. Well, fuck you. Because I don't like it. Because again, you didn't have to make a whole new wave set. You didn't have to make a whole new start token. You didn't have to make a whole new currency. Okay, you could have. We could have met in the middle. You could have met us in the middle somewhere. And you know what? Fine, make a whole new set of waves. Fine, make a whole new set of start tokens. Don't make a set of new currencies. Because why? Why? All the new shit that you wanted to put in here for the new currency, you could have just made twice as expensive. You could have done that. Why didn't you?
The people are hoarding too much. You players out there, you hoard too many currencies. You don't spend enough. Man.
Oh, really? So what you're saying is we engaged with wave defenses so much, we got so much currency that now you have to make a new currency because we have too much. Holy shit, if that's not a go fuck yourself players, I don't know what is. It's really annoying. Really annoying. And to a certain extent, I do like that these new waves have all 3 currencies as a reward. I don't think it's nearly enough. Hell, I don't think the original runs of these wave, the mirror wave and the OG waves, I don't think they gave enough of the currencies. They didn't. 8,000 a day for the Section 31 credits. These guys. Or, there you go. It's not enough. It's not enough. You do 1 a day, what can you get? 3 epic officer shards. Oh, cool. Just 3? Oh, well, congratulations. It'll take you, what did I say? 3 years to max all the strike team captains. 3 years at this rate. That's not good enough. And you know what? It's 3 years, assuming you have them all already at tier 3. Spoiler alert, from tier 3, or, yeah, I guess, yeah, to go from tier 3 to tier 4, 300, to go from tier 4 to max tier, 800, for a total of 1,100. So if you're getting 1 a day, that's how many day, you know? It's 1,100 days. Okay, well, there's 3 of them. Alright, but you're getting 3 a day. It's still 1,100 days to max the strike team captains. The numbers are not good enough. They're not. Even with that stupid ass efficiency. Maybe you get 4 a day. That's fine. Carol Freeman's also in here. So it's still 3 years. Because it's old currency. You made the new currency. Now give us more of the old currency. No, we don't want to. Okay, cool. And again, another thing that we didn't like, your start tokens are capped. The amount that you can hold on to is capped. To a certain extent, that does put pressure on players to more frequently run waves. And I'm not talking about if you, in a sitting, how many sitting. And what I'm saying is, if you go and run 6 back to back, that's not sick, that's one sitting. So how often are you going through a sitting of doing wave defenses? It should be as often as you feel like it. If you feel like going through 10 waves 1 day a week, that is absolutely something you should be allowed to do. You should be allowed to do that. Can you do that? No. Because you won't have 10 star tokens. Well, it's a 3-day cooldown, so there's that. But in principle, you can never do 10 in one time because where are you getting it from? I mean, I guess technically you could acquire 10 from the battle pass, but then you're never getting any from here. So that 10 start tokens takes you what? A month to acquire. I mean, maybe that's fine. That's fine with you, that's fine with you. I don't like it. Allow people to hoard as many starts as they want. Why? If players want to hoard their start tokens, why is that not their choice? Why can they not have that choice? So, yeah, I'll do it. The feature, solo waves, thumbs down. Mainly because everything we didn't like about the other waves, you did it again. You continued adding new currencies. You continued adding new star tokens. You continued with the cap. And in my opinion, you continue with the shitty ass sourcing of it. At least for the OG waves, your cap was 1,000, which is you could have 10 starts. With the mirror waves, it was 500. Now with these new ones, it's 400. Wow. So wrapping this up, yeah, I think there are some nice things about the officers, but overall, I'm not that pleased with the officers. I just feel, at least as of right now, Georgiou and her PvE ability is only good in solo waves. And her PvP ability takes something that I thought we felt like was a good thing and takes a giant shit on it. I don't really like that. The rares, I think, are really weak. I'm not rating the missions, events. Dude, with all the spend events that you had and have been having, how is there not one for special building currencies? It's been way too long. I don't care that people are hoarding. I don't care. You know how you stop them from hoarding? You run the events more often. Right? Give them a reason to spend. Run an event for it. And you know what? Run it 3 times an hour. That's a surefire way to get people to stop hoarding shit. Or at least dwindle down their hoards. But no, you refuse to. Okay. And the feature. It's the same as the other ones. It's the same as the other ones. And any of the problems or the issues or things that we really didn't like about the others, you did it again. You did it again. You didn't remove the caps on the starts. You didn't just use the old currencies for this new section. No, you didn't. So, yeah. The entire month, And, well, you know what? Since I gave everything a thumbs down, you can have 2 thumbs down for your entire month. Comment below. Am I crazy? Or did this month really suck? I'm slightly annoyed because I feel like it could have been really good. Could have been really good. Oh, we get a Georgiou officer. She looks pretty good. When you analyze it further, she got rare officers with her. They're not that good. The events. It really pisses me off about the building thing. How ridiculous am I for thinking this month was absolute shit? Am I really that? Or are these solo waves the best feature? Do you really like these solo waves? Because it's not even that I don't like them. I don't like that the things with the cap on the starts and a number of different currencies. Now, I don't like that they didn't change any of that. They really didn't change anything. It's a copy and paste. What do you think? Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I am the Angry Rhino. Shields up, Commanders.